Hi, today we are in iMovie and I want to show you how you can create both movies and trailers in iMovie. Let's talk about what those are before we get into it. A movie in iMovie is combining video, pictures, audio, all into one professional quality movie. You get to control everything that's in that movie. Whereas in iMovie, a trailer is a template that you use to fill out your movie. It has built-in transitions, it's already got everything timed out perfectly for you, and the audio is included. Let's go ahead and take a look at how I can get my media inside of iMovie so that I can get started creating either a movie or a trailer. I do that here on the side pane by organizing my events. Right now, I've pulled in two major events, this iMovie Tour and my Notability event. I can create a new one by right-clicking on the time and press New Event. I can give it a name of, the default is its date, or I could give it a name of whatever I'd like. When I have created that event, I can import my media a few different ways. I can click import here, or I can click import here as well. These buttons are all active. Go ahead and click that. You can see it'll bring up my separate browser so I can see what I have on my computer and I can find whatever I'd like. I can also access my Dropbox or my Google Drive right from this browser. So if I want to bring in some pictures that I have on Dropbox, you can see it. It sees all my different files that are in there. One other nice feature of this browser is I can also use my built-in camera to go ahead and record myself if I'd like to. I'm going to close that out and I'm going to go to this event that I've already got created, iMovie Notability Tour rather, sorry. Let's go ahead and just quickly create a movie so you can see what that process looks like. When I do that, I've got myself a whole load of themes that I can use. These themes have default built-in transitions. I'm going to go ahead and pick the photo album theme and show you what that looks like today. Now that I've created that, I've got a couple areas. This is my media management area where all the imported movies and photos are brought in. Here's my preview area where I can watch my movie and what it looks like so far. And down here is where I'm actually going to build my iMovie. So let's get started building this movie project. What I want to do to start creating this movie project is go ahead and browse through the media that I have here. I see that this photo is the first one that I'd like to add. I can add it down to my movie area a couple different ways. I can click on it and drag it down like this, and iMovie will automatically populate that space. You can see that it's made it 2.0s, which is 2 seconds. I can drag that out longer, or I can make it shorter. Doesn't really matter to me what the length is right now. If I want to add another movie clip, I can go ahead and drag it down like I did before, or I could just click this plus sign and it'll automatically put it right in space for me. Let's go ahead and preview that and see what it looks like. So if I press this play button here, it's going to play my whole project from where I'm at. I better drag this play back, and now let's try it. So this is what my iMovie looks like so far. Notice right now I've got no sound. Well, that's because I'm in a movie. By default, movies have no sound innately built in. So I've brought in a sound of a baseball bat here, and I'm going to put that in this space. Go ahead and add that, and I can move it where I want it to be. I want it to be right here. That works. Go ahead and preview that. And that sound was very short, so I'm going to go ahead and make it as long as I possibly can. There we go. Oh, cool. Hear my baseball sound in there. You can see how a movie project is really powerful because it gives you full control over everything that you want to do. For example, it put test iMovie right in there. If I want to change the name of this project, I can simply click on that and I want it to be capitalized. I can even change that as well. I can change the title. I can change the way it looks. I've got full control in a movie. Vice versa, I could create a trailer and let's take a look at what that process looks like. Again, I'm brought to this theme chooser, and what's cool about these themes is they've got a set time limit. This one's 45 seconds, this one's a minute 4 seconds. They've also got built-in audio already for me, which is really awesome. So let's call this one test trailer. And you'll see the layout's very similar. I've got my media, I've got my preview, but down here instead of the timeline like I saw in movie, I've got now an outline and a storyboard. The outline allows me to give credit to people as well as fill in the movie name, a fake movie studio, and give credit where credit's due. The storyboard allows me to drag my media into these predetermined spaces and create my trailer. So I select the space I want my media to go to, and then I just simply select what I want to be there by clicking it, and iMovie does pretty much the rest for me. The last thing that I'd have to do in my iMovie storyboard is fill in these spaces so that it says what I need it to say. For example, I might write, "This is," and iMovie does the rest. It creates the transitions. It's already given me audio. Let's go ahead and see what that would look like in the preview. Pretty cool, right? Because it's already got that really cool soundtrack, really great transitions built in, and this only took me just a couple seconds. The one thing you need to know about trailers is that, as you see on my screen here, Matt's popped up. I haven't filled in this space yet. I have to fill in all these spaces, and I don't have an option of shortening or lengthening the trailer. What you see is what you get. You have to fill in each of the spaces. So that is a brief look at how you can bring media into iMovie for OS X, as well as how you can get started with creating a movie or a trailer. Once I've created my movie or my trailer and I'm satisfied with it, I have some ways to share it. By clicking the share button, you can see I can share these ways. The theater, email, and file are the ones you'll probably use the most, so let's really quickly highlight those. Theater allows you to simply save the movie to your iMovie Theater, which is one of the options here on the top menu toggles. If I toggle to Theater, it shows those that I've already saved, and what's really cool is I can view those in my theater on my machine. I could show that via my Apple TV in my classroom if I'd like to. So that's one option. Another option, if I've got a shorter movie, is I could email it to my teacher if I wanted to turn that in for grading. And the last one is File. When I click File, it's going to bring up a browser that allows me to make sure I have the correct name. Then I'm going to get to choose a location where I want to save it, and maybe I would save that to Dropbox so that I have access to it on another machine, or maybe I could put it in our class Google Drive folder so that I can turn it into my teacher. So that's how you can share using iMovie for OS X. So that's from front to back, a really brief and quick way to get started and an overview of iMovie. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you've learned some things about how to get started with iMovie in your classroom. And as always, thank you for watching.